We've already talked about purpose. The purpose is to get a fair costing price that's agreeable to all, and to do it in a whole system transformation way. So, first with the client, we establish the purpose. Like a case we're working on right now, the purpose is to help the owner, a multi-billionaire person, with his succession plan. He knows the future, he says, and he doesn't want to do day-to-day stuff anymore. He's been very successful. He wants to do other things with his life. He wants his family to take over. Well, that's the purpose. Very clearly, to empower and engage the organization so that he can be free. And still, the organization does twice as good under their own leadership than his leadership. So, one of the basic elements that goes at play in the contracting is trust. Trust has been the number one issue that I've dealt with in organizations since about 1990. Before it was communication. Trust is growing bigger as an issue. And so they need to trust us that the end result will be right. Second, we must start modeling organizational, dialogical collaboration, involvement, engagement, connections, right from the beginning. And so first we have to listen to who they are, what their challenges are, what outcomes they want. And then we get clear with a lot of little yeses about what we're going to do. And what we actually charge for is really only our professional services. And that is all based on value. It's like one big chunk. There's no hour-to-hour stuff. I mean, that's does not make sense at all. It's like a lawyer, you know. Every time they see you, they give you 15 minutes of expense. And so every time the client sees you and you're billing more time, they don't want to talk to you. We say we're going to achieve the outcomes they want, no matter what it takes us to do. I mean, I had one of my greatest cases in Indonesia. Gosh, most transformative experience ever, whole system transformation in the entire country. The CEO now is running the #1 country organization. But I had to go on my own airfare, travel 4 hours to speak to an executive and spend a whole day and then restructure the whole thing. Okay? In Africa, I had to spend an extra 5 days before I was ready to go into my phase 1 transformation, because I knew it wasn't going to happen. They weren't ready, all at my cost. Okay? So, we also add our personal expenses, airfare, and we like to charge the same way as our client flies. If they fly first class, then we should fly first class. And also hotel, food, laundry, local transportation, etc. So many people want to have us to give them a brochure, especially my new change agents that want to learn. A brochure just gives them something to say no to. This is based on the live, real-time, experiential learning of the T group. And you can never explain a T group to somebody who hasn't experienced it. It's like telling somebody what love is when they've never experienced it. And so they've got to get with us, because this is advanced adult laboratory education of learning, transformation, learning, and growing. So it's best to not, if they need a brochure, then what I do is I have a concept paper, my 10 points, 2,500 words. Okay, and I give it to my local change agents that I'm working with. Right now, Dr. Perla and soon to be Dr. O.O. are working on integrating whole brain literacy with succession, with my whole system transformation process, and we'll have that ready to give to the owner when we meet with him, because he's already said he's already given us a second person to check us out, right? He said yes, but now we have to sell the team themselves, which is good because he's not making the decision. He wants them to make it. The best entry concept is this. Just tell them, hey, are you interested in change, organizational change? Then maybe you should have a Skype call or have a brief 20-minute, 30-minute conversation with this wild Roland guy with the long gray hair and he wears funny clothes. And, he's been doing change work since 1962, and he's one of the original 100 change agents, and no one has studied more and had more practice applying organization change to the whole system than he has. Because actually it's true, there's only about 5 of us still living that were working full-time in 1967. When I started, they were all professors, and I was 18 when I started.